All right, looks like we are live. I'm just waiting for it to catch up on YouTube itself. There we go. It's about 30-second delay, so we'll just sit here for a few minutes and wait for it to catch up. Looks like everything looks excellent connection. We're doing well. We're live here on StreamYards, trying this out. Usually I use Restream, but Restream is just awful, so I want to see how much better this one is. It's me and the Jeff.
Hello.
And I like how you always spell your name wrong now, since that one person did that.
Yeah, that's how the folks like me. Wrong.
Just misspelled wrong, definitely.
Okay. Wrong.
Figured I would just kind of, see how live streaming was during the afternoon, early afternoon, before people kind of got home and stuff like that. And just a little additional thing for the channel. No big. Yeah, go ahead, YouTube. Finish doing your thing. Okay. So I want to talk a little about this week. What are we going to talk about this week, Jeff? We're talking about the Acolyte, right?
Oh, you want to talk about the Acolyte? Oh, we can talk about the Acolyte.
So let me just bring it up.
What there is to talk to about it.
Ugh, God, yeah. Let me just share it and bring it up so people know what we're talking about. If they don't, then you can definitely go check it out yourself. Add to stage. So the Acolyte's a new show that's on Disney Plus. Yeah, it's called Disney Plus. Yeah, it's Disney Plus. The Acolyte's a new Star Wars based show where they tried to make their own character. And I think this takes place in the it does access right there, the High Republic, not the Old Republic, the High Republic. So
I thought you were saying the Catherine Kennedy universe.
Well, that everything's her universe now at this point. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, episode 3 just came out recently, and it was probably really bad. But we're going to talk about the first episode at least. And, I have to give them credit that they are trying to make new characters instead of taking the old characters and destroying them like they've been doing in the other episodes. So
yeah, destroy new characters. That sounds like a better idea.
You have to give them credit that they're brand new characters and they're trying with brand new characters. And I went into this with an open mind, thinking, all right, you know what? Let me give it a chance. Instead of listening to everybody out there saying, oh, it sucks, oh, it's woke, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. I figured, let me check it out. The first episode was okay. We get to meet the character, kind of a little bit what's going on and everything. And
well, you enjoyed the fire in space? No, it wasn't just a fire. It wasn't like it was an explosion. It was a campfire. It was. I know there's no real friction or wind or anything to move the fire, but it was just there.
I didn't quite understand the fire in space because where's the oxygen to support the fire?
I mean, I agree. And you look back at some of the older movies, they had fires in space too, which they were coming from explosions, not just from a campfire.
Yeah, true. I mean, when what's his name died in the ship?
Yeah, people are going to say it's not a campfire; it was an explosion too. Yeah, but you think there'd be more CGI when it comes to an explosion? Maybe some sparks, something to indicate there's something more than just a campfire.
Yeah, and also let's just say it was that fire in there. It would have blown out instantly because there's no oxygen in space. Because obviously they're wearing masks because there's no oxygen in space.
Right? Maybe they had COVID, space COVID.
No, they weren't those type of masks. Space COVID.
Excuse me, Star Wars Star COVID.
Star COVID. There we go. It's a Star 19. But yeah, how does one? I couldn't figure that out. I was just like, yeah, you know what? There's many things in Star Wars that make sense. Like henceforth, when in the original one, when he cut off the guy's arm, he was bleeding, but later on it cauterized everything else. So I don't know. They change things all the time. So I'm like thinking maybe there's some type of form of oxygen in space, but not enough that people can breathe.
Right. Let's go to the very first scene. What was the very first scene? Do you remember?
It was that assassin. Well, so we open up the show with the assassin character here, and you can see her kind of in this episode right here.
We'll call her publicly identifiable female antagonist.
Sure. She appears to
Corporate
be
appropriate.
Yeah. So we see her coming in, and we can obviously tell she was after somebody because she's sneaking around with the mask on, coming in. She's looking for a Jedi. She's looking for a Jedi. We're like, okay, so she's looking for a Jedi. So we're thinking maybe she's some type of Jedi hunter or something.
Right.
So she finds the Jedi, and the Jedi, of course, doesn't attack her. Because Jedis won't do that. They don't strike first in situations like that unless they're defending themselves or they feel a real big threat, even though they probably won't attack you first either way. But
yeah, they won't attack unless they're antagonized to do so.
Yeah. And she just like, fight me, use all of your might. And okay, she's like, no quarrel with you. And they have this whole altercation. And they have this little fight with her knives, and the Jedi is, flipping, doing the Jedi things and getting out of the way. And then we find out in the middle of the fight that somehow this Jedi was responsible for killing her family. They're like, all right. So supposedly. So we got this story of, we think, the main character, we don't know yet, of maybe revenge for her family. Though that wouldn't be a Jedi. This is the Acolyte. So Acolytes are not Jedi. They're more like Sith or bad people from the dark side. So
you're a Sith, but we don't want to call you that.
Right.
What was that? The gift of like, you just became one of our special employees. You're now a super employee.
Yeah, right. Super employee.
So, business appropriate antagonist attacks Trinity. And, she starts, by attacking all her friends. And I'm just here thinking, like, if this was a real fight, there's I guess she's a Force user because there was no like telekinesis used on the Jedi side that I really saw. I'm just like, why did she stop attacking when they threw up a stance?
I don't know.
Like, if this was Anakin would be bulldozing her all over the place.
Well, I mean, she did use Force powers, the Jedi.
Yeah, there at the very end when she saved that dude.
And when she shoved her back too, I noticed she did.
I like how there's a big battle going on, and the bartender's like, "Oops, I'm sorry, I forgot to wipe down my counter before I left."
Everybody leaves the bar, and he's like, just watching the fight, and he drops a glass or whatever and goes, "Oops, sorry, did I distract you?"
There's assassins, blaze beam thrown over. All right. I really hate this smudge right here. Let me clean it for like 30 minutes while these guys are fighting.
And then she winds up killing this Jedi. Spoiler alert, if you didn't watch this, too bad. I'm saving you a lot of time here. And then we meet another person after this is all said and done, because she kills the Jedi. Then we meet another person that looks exactly kind of like this person.
Yeah,
but
this appropriate protagonist.
Not exactly the same person. And then she's working on the ship. What type of ship was that? I couldn't figure out what ship that was.
It was a Trade Federation cargo vessel, I believe it was.
Okay. And it looked like the exact people from the Separatists that were all there.
Yeah, the Trade Fort. I forget the Numa. They actually have a name. Trade.
Yeah. And they always every time I see those characters, they always remind me of Asian people for some reason. And I don't know why, because maybe the way they're dressed and the way they act. It's just, and that accent that they have is just like, why?
Newman. I'm a post this in chat because I have a hard time saying it.
Oh, okay. What
Yeah,
chat do you speak of?
the private chat we have.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Numenoids,
Numenoids,
numenarians.
yeah. Numenary, yeah, whatever.
But yeah, I mean, the I say real world correlation are somewhere like within the Middle East slash like Mongolia styled.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Mongolian dress style thing going on.
Mm.
I don't know. It just they always remind me of that, and it just makes me laugh. I don't know the way they act. But anyway, so after that, we meet her. She's on this ship. Apparently, she is kind of a mech. I want to say mechanoid is what they use for the term for them.
It is a mechanoid, yeah.
And
So it's so what a mechanoid is. And I haven't looked this up, but because the regulation says that all space repairs must be done by droids, these guys are not droids. So, but they call them mechanoids to kind of like, oh no, we don't have any people. We have mechanoids working on it. Kind of like
yeah, mechanoid. So
using
if people, so
names,
if they're talking about it, it doesn't sound like it's people. It's some type of droid
right?
doing the work.
They're
So
not
we find
people, which is why would you call someone with darker skin not a person? Numenoids, I tell you.
racists. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So we find out that she's there. And she's been on the ship for I don't know. I think 6 or 7 years doing this as her job, so to speak. And then we get the whole scene with the campfire outside in the space and
Hmm.
just yeah, whatever. We do get a sense that she has some type of force ability. I think at this point, I vaguely remember because it was 3 weeks ago when I saw it. So
No, she's just uh what's the term? I forget it. Just go on.
force sensitive, maybe I don't know.
No, I was just she's just business appropriate.
Gotcha.
She's not power hungry.
Yeah. So fast forward just a tiny bit here. The Jedi Knight shows up and comes to speak to her because she is being accused of killing Trinity, the Jedi, and they have an
The
eye.
Jedi
They have
Master Trinity.
yes, that got killed with the one simple dagger because she was turning her head to the side.
Force healing, never heard that. What's that all about?
Who knows?
People people surviving, freaking lightsabers through the chest, but it's not a dagger, so there's no way force healing could ever work.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, so the Jedi Knight shows up, which we find out she knows him from the past, and she apparently was in trained to be a Jedi at one point. So
Correct.
we get the idea that she has some force ability, maybe. We don't know if she failed out of Jedi school or she left. We get a little bit more information later on that she did leave on her own. So she
She
didn't
left on
like
her
the
own terms.
yes, her
She
own
don't need
term.
no Jedi telling her what to do.
That's correct. No Jedi tells her what to do. And then the bartender comes on. That's exactly what stupid voice that he had for him. Mister, I spent 30 minutes cleaning the bar in the middle of a fight.
Did you
I
constipate or something?
I think he was. I don't know idea, honestly. So then they arrest her and they were going to bring her back to I think didn't Master Soul, which the guy who's right here, Master Soul, did he show up yet? No, he didn't show up yet.
No. They were going to take her back to Coruscant, but just like our place, they never really get to Coruscant, do they?
No, they never do. And You know what? The rest of the episode was so vaguely bad that I forgot the rest of it. I don't know. The first episode wasn't that great.
There was the prisoner escape attempt.
Oh yeah, okay. So they put her in the prison ship, which is controlled by these weird looking droids that are doing it, and we find out that there's some people in the jail cell with her that are criminals that are like, we're gonna break out, and you want to come with us? And she's like, no, I'm not gonna break out.
I trust the Jedi.
I trust the Jedi, and I'm gonna stand on my morals. Okay, great.
And they break out, and the one dude she tries to save freaks out. Ah, save me!
Yeah, so they break out, and they don't leave. They don't take her out of the jail cell. She has to find her own way out. I do want to say that I did like that little droid thing that she had, the little pocket droid. I thought that was kind of cool.
It's very toyetic.
I thought it was kind of cool though.
It is cool, but that's why they designed it to be that way. So that way they can sell merchandise.
Yes, I know. It's all about merchandising. I don't know. Anyway, so she winds up escaping after the criminals escape. They go into one of the little pods and they leave without her. She goes to, there's one more pod left. She's going to leave, but she looks at the one person that's laying in the jail cell who's supposedly, I don't know, like a cannibal killer or something. I wasn't sure exactly what he was.
He's a murderer.
And he has this little device over his face, kind of like an alien device, keeping him sedated, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, what do I got to do? Should I leave this murderer in his jail cell to die? Or,
that's not what a Jedi would do. Wait a minute. I'm not a Jedi.
Yeah.
I'll take the Jedi stance on it.
Exactly. I'm not a Jedi, but I'll help them as if I'm a Jedi. And she zaps the thing off this dude's face, and he gets up and he freaks out, shoving her out of the way, running into the pod, and just closes the door.
But hey, at the end of the day, he was still remorseful for doing that.
That's true. Yeah, he was a little remorseful, and yeah, when he was interviewed later on. She goes to the front where the droids are flying the ship, and they're destroyed, and it's on fire again.
Mm-hmm.
So she just buckles in for the crash.
Yes, but at least it was on fire on the inside, not the outside.
True. Fire on the inside. She buckles in for the crash and crashes. And then we go over to which is basically the holding cell where we see the criminals got caught because they're idiots.
It was all her fault.
Yeah, and they blame her for trying to do the prison break. They were just a victim of circumstance, pretty much. That one guy, it was all her. We were just following. Yeah, okay, sure. That's very believable. That's when we meet Master Soul, and he's talking to the children, and I don't know, bald-headed lady comes in. I can't think of her name because she's so unimportant and just so boring of a character.
You mean a green unimportant Jedi master number one?
Yeah, I mean, she was just so like, I'm in charge, and you don't need to know my name, but I'm in charge. It's just like,
I represent bureaucracy of the corporation that is the Jedi.
And she's like, we need you to follow up on this, blah, blah, blah. You're Padawan, and the other one fucked up. Go ahead and go fix it. And that Jedi Knight, I wanted to punch in the face, by the way. The dude with the hair.
Which one?
The one dude. He was the old. There was only like one. No, not the fat dude. The one.
That's episode 2. We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah. No, the one Jedi Knight that came to see her with the weird hair that was kind of to the side and everything. The black dude. I can't think of his name.
Corporate appropriate male Jedi Knight. Corporate appropriate.
He was so friggin' annoying, his character. He was like, hey, I'm all stuck up and I'm a Jedi Knight. You failed, so...
Is that how he was?
Yes, that's how he was. He had this.
That's how all his lines to be.
That's his.
I was with her the entire time.
Yeah, she escaped and I couldn't remember. Okay, you're an idiot. You're a failure. And Master Soul was just like, F you, dude. I'll fix your problems.
Unimportant Jedi Knight number 1.
Oh,
Because
and
he doesn't do anything.
No, he doesn't do jack and shit. And the Padawan does more than he does.
Yeah, she actually flies the ship.
She was just, and she's stupid too. The way just like with her voice and everything. I was just like, you know, you stupid. None of these characters. What?
She's stuck up.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like a Lisa Simpson kind of character. Like,
yes, thank you. Yes, she was like a Lisa Simpson.
I
Yeah,
know
she
more
knows.
than you do. I'm a Padawan.
Good for you. You suck.
That's not what the Jedi do. I'm gonna tell Mom on you.
Yeah, really.
I'm gonna tell Master Yoda on you.
And then we find out that it wasn't, for some reason. I don't. What did we find? Master Soul finds out it really wasn't her. It might have been someone pretending to be her.
That's the next episode. But they find her on the planet, and she gets into a drug hallucination and the Force, and escapes the ship, but really doesn't. And they find her there. That's the end.
Yeah. Second episode, you know what? The second episode was so short and unrememberable that I don't remember anything that happened in there other than the fat Jedi and
Jedi Master Calories.
I'm fat, so I can make fun of them all I want. And so they figure out that she's on this planet. They go to find her supposed assassin that looks like her because they think maybe it's her twin. They find out. And why is the illegal drugstore across the street from the Jedi Temple in the middle of this?
It's an apothecary.
Oh, it's an apothecary. Yeah, it's an apothecary as a front, pretty much, is what it is.
Yeah, and the guy ends up killing the owner and taking over. And you think an apothecary in that area would be like kind of important. It's like, oh hey, where'd the other guy go? Oh, he just took a vacation. Didn't he want to notify anybody? It's like a pharmacist disappearing.
He'd go away.
Nobody else shows up to the shop except for that one customer.
The dude was pretty much just sitting in the back chilling most of the time. So, and
I was like, all right, here's the poison. It works. I can leave now. Nope, I'm going to stay here and pretend to be this guy still.
So, oh yeah, she came to this area because she was going to find Master, I don't know, Master Hairline, whatever the frig his name was.
Master Hairline, I love that name.
The guy who has no hair, does it show a picture of him anywhere?
Doesn't have hair, somewhere in between.
I think they show a picture of him somewhere, Master Bader or whatever his name. Yeah, Master. What was his name? I can't remember his friggin' name. Torben.
There he is.
Yeah, there's Torben right here, but this is him when he was younger, which is in the third episode.
When he had hair, yeah. When he was a Padawan.
Supposedly he's in this Jedi temple meditating, because I don't know, he farted the wrong way and he's trying to make up for it. You would never figure out what the hell he's doing. He's meditating. That's all that.
10 years he was edging himself.
And he's been in this meditative state for 10 years. He doesn't talk to anyone, doesn't respond to anyone, but nobody knows why he's in this state.
Yeah.
They never said why he's in this state.
Nope. And they're never going to. They're just assuming he did bad. You did bad. You get to go to the edging temple for 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, he just sits there in a meditative state, and she comes in, the assassin, the other girl, who looks like our hero.
Business appropriate female protagonist number 1.
And she tries to kill the master, but she can't because there's like some type of force field around him.
There's a wall of bullshit.
Yeah, because he's in meditative state, so automatically he's got a perfectly good force field around him. But I love how that he doesn't respond to anyone for 10 years, no matter what they do to him. But she comes back with that poison from the apothecary, and it's just like, you owe me this. You do the right thing. This way, you blah, 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 blah. And he just goes, "Bruh, okay, forgive me now," and dies.
You're right, boy. Yup. You know what? It's kind of funny. They almost catch the assassin the first time. And they're like, well, I guess she's done. I guess she didn't win. He no longer needs to be protected. Bye. Like, there's an assassination attempt against him. You want to put some extra guards up? Nope. He's fine.
I like how the Jedi came into the room. He looked around, he looked up. Nah, she possibly couldn't have come from the ceiling with the open hole in front of him.
Window.
And he's just looking at it. He's just like, nah, and just leaves.
Nah.
My first thought was she hiding up there? Maybe she's hiding up there. No, this guy's just like, nah, and he leaves.
He hasn't responded in 10 years. Do you think he ever took a shit? Do you think he puts a space diaper on him? Like, come on, Dad, Master Hairline, diaper you're changing.
I mean, Mr. Hairline would have a giant diaper if he was in 10 years there, man.
That's what's keeping him floating.
It's just, the noxious gas coming out of his ass.
I mean, he's got to get rid of those things somehow.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe there's no other. Maybe that's why there's no guards around him. It's like, there's no way in hell I'm guarding him.
So she escapes after killing him, and they figure that she's going to go back to the apothecary to meet up with the other guy. So they go there, and he's like, yeah, she'll be back later on and everything, and she's got to pick up some stuff. I don't know, some bullshit story.
Yeah.
So they have the fat Jedi that's in the temple, which I don't. What was the Jedi's name? What was his name? Fatso? I have no idea what his name was.
Well, I'm pretty sure he has an IMDb. I just call him Jedi. Jedi Knight calories.
Yeah, they don't even have a picture of him here.
Jedi Knight Planet.
Jedi Knight Planet. And this is the thing I was talking about. Little Pip. This is the little device that.
No, I could.
That's cool. Yeah, this is the poison they were talking about. Yeah.
I could imagine, like, this Christmas coming up, and all the kids are like, Mommy, I want the little droid that's a finger pet. That's a little tablet. Yeah,
I don't think
gonna be on sale.
It'll be on sale in the dollar section. There's a 17% rating on Rotten Tomatoes from the fans. So
they're gonna try to make something into a toy on this show. Look, you too could be a business appropriate Jedi.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, just 17%. No one's watching it. So
I watched the first. I could after the third episode. I'm done with it. I'm sorry. The whole. I know it's happened before because that's where Anakin came from. But the witches.
Oh, we haven't got to there yet.
Really, I'm just saying that I cannot go past that part.
We're not even there yet. We're not even into that bad, horrible episode with the witches yet.
I mean, I have something to say about that.
Yeah, we have lots to say about that. But so why did she? So Master Soul confronts the assassin once they figure out where she is before she gets away, and we kind of get the idea that he's responsible also for what happened to the family that got burned in a fire. But it was really
don't go into any details. Just leave it as vague as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, because we got to figure it out in the next episode because they got to flesh it out for 45 fucking minutes.
I know what you did. You were responsible. Okay, no. At any time he could have been like, "No, I'm not," and this wall of bullshit come back.
It's like the killer from I Know What You Did Last Summer. I know what you did. So what did I do?
Know what you did last Jedi.
Last Jedi, yeah.
I know what you did last season.
Yeah, I know what you did. And did you notice that our hero or heroine, whatever you want to call her, when she has a perfectly good shot to shoot her sister, completely misses on that shot?
I think that was more or less on purpose because if you watch the scene, she slightly moves up and to the right.
Yeah.
I hate to get conspiratorial, up and to the left, up and to the
Oh,
left.
you mean back
No,
and to the left, back to the left,
yeah, there you
back
go.
and to the left. Yeah. You talk about
But
JFK
yeah,
assassination.
yeah, the JFK assassination. But yeah, movie called with Kevin Costner called JFK. But yeah, looks like she purposely moved to not hit her sister's lover, whatever it is. Space Alabama,
Yeah.
Star Alabama, Star Wars.
Yeah, so she gets away because nobody's guarding anything at this point. The worst bunch of Jedis I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I mean, Jedi Master calories can't go that fast. Let's be honest here.
Oh my god, that guy. I love how he's focused on watching the apothecary, and then like a hot chick comes up and he's like, "Hey, baby," and then the guy's like, "He's not watching. Go."
I thought she was holding food. That's why he got distracted. Ooh, food.
I don't know what she was doing. I thought maybe it was just like a chick came up and he got excited about some chick was talking to him, so he's like, "Hey, baby," or whatever. Hey,
Oh,
pork chop.
finally. People just think I'm gay.
And then he realizes, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be watching this dude. And he's like, oh, he's gone. I'm like, wait, how do you know he's gone?
Yeah, yeah. How can you see inside the building?
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out because he's watching the shop. He doesn't see him in the shop because the guy's kind of peering out the window watching him.
I'm
And
pretty
as soon
sure he
as
wasn't even watching him in the first place. It was probably that chick that was in the upstairs apartment above him.
yeah. And then as soon as the dude turns around to get his pork chop, the freaking guy flees from the place.
His cupcake.
His cupcake, whatever he got. I have no idea. He got his cupcake and he left. This episode was just, it was short and it was just like, okay. So then we kind of find out that there's 4 people that were involved in her family's death, and Master Soul was one of them. Trinity was another one who's now dead, and now Master Haircut, whatever his name is, Hairline, is also dead. So that leaves Master Soul, and it leaves
Master Wookie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the fucking Wookie. Oh my god.
Wookie.
The Wiki Wookie. Yeah, with his stupid fucking haircut. Where is his stupid haircut? I'm gonna Hulk Hogan my hair and then put the rest of it up into a bun. Let me interrupt you, brother.
It sounded like you were doing a freaking impersonation of Scooby Doo.
Yeah, really.
Girl.
So the episode was only like 20 something minutes, really short, which I was surprised at. And I hate that they do that in TV shows that are streaming on platforms. When you get into a show, you're trying to watch it, and it's just like, oh, 28, you're like, oh, finally another episode, 23 minutes. It's like, dude, it's a streaming platform. Why?
So she gets on this prison ship and going to Coruscant, crashes.
Yeah.
And doesn't make it there. All right. That's understandable. Because it crashes on that ice planet. Then the Jedi Masters come up, grab her, plan on taking her to Coruscant. It's like, oh no, we're taking another detour on episode number 2.
Yeah, they figure she's gonna stay. Master Soul's like, she's going to stay on the investigation because she knows better, and they're just like, well, all right, the Jedi Council trusts us, whatever.
No,
Jedi,
you need to bring her in.
Yeah, and then they just decide to trust him. They're like, all right, we trust you because I have no idea why.
Bullshit reasons.
Yeah, episode 3. Oh boy. Where to start with episode 3?
Start from the beginning.
Annoying twin kids.
So there's 2 girls in the woods. They're annoying. They go back home to their mother, who ends up being in love with another woman.
Was she?
Yeah. They look like they almost kiss at one scene.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that because they were really close together, and that's when I was talking to you, and I was just like, I went to go get a drink at that one moment because it was fucking boring,
Mm-hmm.
and I came back and they were really close. I'm like, did they kiss? Did I miss that? I'm not rewinding this. I'm pretty sure they did because the way they were so. I was just like, okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
and so they do some bullshit explanations of strings, and if you pull on them, something happens in your life. Uh, the main thing is the 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 Trendo. I think she's Trandoshan,
Is she?
the one with the horns.
Oh yeah, yeah, her. Yeah, she is. Yeah,
No, Zabrekian. Zabrekian. She's Zabrekian, and like you got me pregnant.
yeah. Oh yeah,
And
that whole thing. I was just like, wait, what?
please put up the picture. Look up this picture of Catherine Kennedy's with her shirt on, saying "The Force is female."
I don't need to put that up.
No, I'm gonna say put that up because I'm gonna argue with that and say the Force is male.
Ah.
The Force got somebody pregnant. The Force is male.
Well, okay, so I can believe that because Anakin was made that way with the Force.
Yeah, right. So, but
Anakin was willed into his mother, apparently. So,
well, if you read the books, it was done this kind of the same way that the witches did it.
uh,
It was with uh, Sith Lord Plagueis and Sidious. But yeah, it was came from another female. So another female was pregnant with the Force. So meaning the Force is male, right?
that's how biology works. Yeah.
That's what they say in the books, right?
Yeah. The Force is not female, definitely, but
Not anymore, Nate. You lose, Catherine Kennedy.
it's just especially when the Jedi show up, they make the Jedi, and they're the younger versions of the Jedis that we've met so far: Trinity, Soul, and I don't know, Wookie. Oh, his name is Kelnaka. Okay, whatever. Never knew his name. All I was that's all I know.
Well, we
So
just call him Jedi Knight Wookie.
I just call him Hogan Jedi. So
Hogan Wookie.
yeah, Hogan Wookie. And they show up and they're like, we sense that there might be some children here that you're training with the dark side of the Force, and the witches are all like, no, there are no children here.
I like I like to think of it as like the Sanderson sisters, and what was the name of that movie? Uh
Sanderson sisters, Witches of
uh
Eastwick.
no.
Oh,
Hocus
oh,
Pocus. That's right. It's Hocus Pocus.
oh, Hocus
And
Pocus.
when
Yeah.
Sarah Sanders like, I smell children. That's what the
Oh,
Jedi were doing.
before the Jedi show up, we have this absolutely shitty, stupid ceremony with the witches.
Oh, the Woman's Retreat song.
The
We are
power of one, the
strong,
power
we
of
are
two.
women.
This is the power of one, the power of two. Together we're one, together we're two. It's just like, what the fuck is that?
I think it's uh, we are strong, we are women. Hear us roar.
No, that's not what they said. It was like,
We
we are
don't believe
one,
in men. Men are
yeah,
icky.
we are one, we are two. Together we are one, together we're two, or something
We're
stupid
many.
like that. And they
We are
spun
one,
their
we are two, we're many.
yeah, and they spun their fingers in the air like they were doing some stupid Wiccan ceremony. Ugh.
We are strong, we are women. Hear us
So let me ask you, with that
roar.
with that ceremony, and then she put whatever force into the girl, like when she touched her, something happened. Was she supposed to jump off that pit cliff and do some like floating or something? Because they made it seem like that they were going to go through some type of trial that they never finished.
It was a ceremony. They kept on saying ceremony. They never said trial.
But the way they
Did
made
they
it
say
sound
trial at the
out,
very beginning?
I thought so. But the way
I
they
think
made
it
it
was
sound like that they
ceremony.
had to do something. Because why would they go up to this giant pit to do all this? I thought they were going to push them in and see if they fly like they're baby birds.
I'm just good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
But
But
I just like to think, they did all that stuff. They force bend some sort of mystical aura And this young chick go, now you're a feminist.
And the one girl doesn't even get the ceremony shoved into her. So
Oh yeah, that's when the Sanderson sisters show up.
yeah, the Jedi show up and we're like, yeah, we smell children, or some shit like that. And then they're just like, well, if you have children here, we need to know. We have the rights. It's like, what rights do you have? Jedi. They made the Jedi seem like they were ominous and evil at this point, to be honest.
There are some speculations, of course, it's been proven time and time again that the Jedi have been known to take children from people. Like straight up take them. Like not even like, hey, we're gonna help your child out. No, this is our child now. Bye.
Well, you know what? They're like, yeah, it's your choice to go. We're gonna totally peer pressure you into going. And
Well,
Master Soul.
that
And
was a
Master
way.
Soul. Yeah.
That was a way to keep Force users in check. Is put them into a government type of program.
The Master Soul giving her the friggin' lightsaber. It's like, here you go. What do you think of this? It's like, what if she turned that shit on and killed herself? I mean,
That would have
anybody
been
could turn a
funny.
lightsaber. Yeah, it would have been funny. Anybody could turn a lightsaber on, apparently.
Anybody could turn on a lightsaber. I mean, Han Solo did it in episode number in The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Unless they want to go with everybody has the Force.
No, everybody does not have the Force. I hate that. No.
Like they did in what was it, Ahsoka?
No, just no.
Everybody has the Force.
No, everybody does not have the Force. No. Anyway, so then they'd say that, we have the right to test them if they have it, and if they want to be Jedi, they're allowed to come with us, and they don't have a right to do anything.
No, which is like, well, we don't want to find the Republic. Okay.
Then we get some other bullshit about them saying they're going to take our children away after the Jedi leave, and they'll let them go through the test, but they tell the girls to lie on the test, and whatever's in your heart.
They tell the children to fail.
Yeah.
And then the girls come up with just lying.
Yeah. Whatever's in your heart, tell the opposite. So lie. Yes, do what you have to do to fail the test.
But remember, look strong when you do it.
Oh, that's when we get
Jedi's any power.
That's when we get more about how the children were created through the threads or whatever they call the Force on their end for the witches.
The Force is male.
And yeah, the Force is male. I do like that when Master Soul said, "Who is the children's father?" And basically, she gave the "We don't need no man" answer.
No, you didn't.
She has no father. Like we don't need no man. So stupid. We get that whole explanation. Then we get the ancient 1,000-year-olds coven witch show up, and she's like, they have no right to
CGI witch.
Yeah, I don't know. I tuned out because she was fucking annoying, stupid looking too. We get more of the girls, and no, yeah, we'll skip ahead because this episode was just dumb. They do the trials, and the one girl, Osha, or Osha, whatever the hell her name is. Yeah, it's Osha.
Breeze.
Yeah. She says that they violated a bunch of stuff, and she penalizes them because she's Osha. And they take the test. The one sister, that's May, she fails the test. She's like, hey.
See, I told you I could do it.
Yeah. And the two girls promise each other that they would fail the test. And then Osha goes in there, and the Jedi pretty much peer pressures her into.
Well, all right. So she's lying, and they're looking at each other like, she's probably lying. We can't really tell because we're not Jedi. We can't see inside each other's brains. So
not all Jedi can see each other's brains. No.
But they're like, okay, you got this wrong. But she's like, but you're wrong. I got it right. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean to say that. It's like, oh, yeah, you're lying to us. We're
because
we couldn't tell.
Because they're asking him questions like, what do you see? And he has a picture up, and kind of like the tarot card thing from Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Well, they did it to Anakin too.
Yeah,
If you remember in
and
episode 1.
first it was a bunny, and he's like it's a mountain or a ship, and he's like correct, and she's like,
It's a piece of shit.
huh? And then the second one, it's just like, what do you see now? And he's like, it's a ship, and he's like, correct. She goes, no, it's not. And she's like, aha, I caught you, bitch.
I caught you.
And then they talk.
Right.
Yeah, and then they give a little conversation with her. He says, are you lying to us? Do you want to be a Jedi? And she's like, yes. Then tell the truth and choose your own fate.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, drink the Kool-Aid and join Jonestown. We have great Kool-Aid and walls here. Yeah, so she passes the test and she comes out and they find that she passes the test. The mom's disappointed. The sister's pissed because now they're going to take her away.
It's so pissy. You didn't lie. I'm going to burn down our house.
Well, let's get to that for a moment here now. So she talks to her mom and she's just like, I want to be a Jedi. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be boring and stupid like you witches and just have lesbian sex all day. And she's just like, that's no problem.
I wasn't going to go there, but
yeah, well, she's like, I understand. You follow your own path, and I will support wherever you do. Which that was cool. That was cool.
I thought it was going to be pretty cool. I was like, okay, all right, I'm feeling this. I'm digging it.
Yeah. So the mom was supportive, and she's like, but I'll never see you again. She's like, I know. Okay. Then we cut to her.
Well, the Jedi never see their parents. Well, supposedly never see their parents again after they get inducted.
Well, yeah, Anakin saw his mom, but she's dead. So
I saw a corpse technically.
Well, I saw her, right?
I mean, she was dying, but she was technically dead at that point.
Pretty much. So she's in. Osha is in her room preparing. She's gathering up her stuff, and she picks up that journal, which doesn't look like a journal to me. It looks like an artist book to me, but it's considered her journal. It's right here, actually. Oh, let me click the right thing.
You might have to click it.
Yeah. This is her journal that she was drawing in throughout most of the episode when they spoke to and she was hiding it from her sister. Mm-hmm. She's like, I want my own thing. I don't want to have to share everything with you. I mean, God, we share the same clothes and everything. We look the same.
Same hairstyle. It might be a metaphor for something, but okay.
So now explain to me this, and let me talk out the entire scene before you give me your idea of what's going on here.
All right.
So she's in the room, and she's packing up to go. Her sister comes in. She's like, I'm mad that you did this to me. You're leaving. I'm going to stop you at all costs. You're not going anywhere. And she grabs her journal from her, runs out of the room, and locks the door. Okay. And then she's like, let me out, let me out. She's screaming for help for people. I don't know why she's screaming out the window. There's nobody really down there that can hear her, but hold on. Then her sister picks up the torch out in the hallway or whatever that was and burns her journal, starts to burn her journal. This is the part that I don't understand is why did she smash it onto the ground so it made the entire place go up in flames? Now you may take over.
I think the better question is, why did the stone structure catch on fire?
Oh, well, because stone burns. That's why.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. Now that you don't think about it. If I go into Catherine Kennedy's, it make it lame and gay, make it lame and gay. Yeah, stone catches on fire. Makes sense.
But I just why? Okay, I see she burned the book. That's understandable. I get it. But why did she smash the fucking thing on the ground?
I would assume it's because she's a child and wasn't prepared for fire. Even though she was using the fire, she kind of didn't expect to get that burnt out. She didn't expect paper to burn that fast. Just like most of us wouldn't think that stone would catch on fire that fast. So the whole fucking place is flammable. She wasn't ready for it.
So what you're saying is she burned it. It burned up so quickly that she just dropped it by accident. Is what you're saying?
Probably.
Okay,
That's what
that
I
makes
would
sense.
assume.
Because I was watching it and I'm just like, she's burning it. I'm like, okay. And then it cuts to her sister, like trying to get out of there. And then you hear boom. And then the entire fucking hallway is on fire within a second. And I'm like,
What?
huh? I go, even if that flame thing in the hallway was full of gas or liquids or whatever to burn the flame, it still wouldn't have gone up like that.
Not
It was
that
like
fast, no.
the entire
But
hallway, the rooms, everything around it was up in flames, like as if someone put gas everywhere.
but maybe there's more to it. Like the whole Jedi thing. You notice that the Jedi were there, and all the
True.
Leys were dead. So maybe there's more to it than what we're showing. Wink, wink. I'm never going to watch this show ever again.
So OSHA escapes the room while it's on fire, goes into some tunnel system that's closed up for whatever reason. I have no idea why that was even in her room. So I don't know. Was that like
That's
a space shuttle entrance or what
that's her
was that?
that's her star toilet.
It looked like a toilet. You're right.
She shits in
And
the
it,
tunnel. Just like
and then she goes into this like secret underground tunnel thing where she sees her sister. She tries to get to her sister, but then Master Soul shows up and
no, they were on the
oh yeah,
the
the platform.
the platform. Yeah,
Yeah, she's
the
trying to reach her
platform
sister,
breaks.
but the platform breaks. And then as she's trying to reach for her sister, the platform breaks and falls. Then
May
Master
goes
Soul,
away. Yeah,
yeah, Master Soul starts showing up. Her platform breaks, but he manages to save her with
the
grabbing
male
her
force.
force. The grabbing force. And he picks her up and brings her out, and he starts leaving the facility. I'm gonna call it facility, the caves that are on fire.
The
The
witch
coven.
village.
Yeah, and then we see that everybody's dead. And I'm thinking, there's not even fire here. How are they dead? Smoke inhalation?
Yeah, but like I said, exactly what I
Yeah,
was trying
some
to get to is like there might be more to it, which I don't care about.
yeah, exactly. There's probably more to her, like you said, because she goes, "Oh no, mamas,
Mamas, not my mamas.
mamas," and then he's just like, "No, it's too late for them. Just come now." And I was just like, "What? Okay,
I didn't murder them. They were murdered when I got.
yeah, I found them this way, dead." How do you know they were all dead there, Mister Master Soul? There could have been someone could have been alive.
Could
No,
have
unless
been
you're the one that slaughtered them.
could have been was it monoxide poisoning
Yeah, that quickly.
from all the smoke inhalation in one spot at the same time.
Well, they had no obvious wounds on them, so who knows how they died.
Well, this is also coming from the vision of a child too. You gotta remember, she might
Hmm.
not have been looking for wounds. She just saw them that they were dead.
True. So then they escape, and she basically is gonna go live with the Jedi, and they
For a little
fly
bit
off.
until they call her a mech from then on out.
Yeah, and then we find out at the end of the episode her sister's actually alive.
Dun dun dun.
She comes out and she's out in the middle of the forest. How she got out there, I have no idea. And she's just like, "Osha, no." And the episode done, and I'm hanging from the ceiling at this point with a rope. And now I'm too invested in this because we had to talk about it. Now I have to see what happens going forward so we can continue to talk about it.
I won't watch it after this. This is that was
I'm going to give it one more chance.
that's what they're hoping for. That's what they're trying. You're drinking the Kool-Aid, Vince. You need to chill out. You're like,
I
I'll
mean,
just have another sip. I'll just have another sip.
let me
It
walk.
wasn't that poisonous.
Let me work further into Jonestown and see what's going on. What?
Just like a certain
Oh,
senator.
it's just oh, what is this? Is this a drink? Oh, wow, cool. What, Mr. Jones? Oh, okay, sorry.
It's grape flavored. I love grape flavored.
What, we're gonna do an ascension ceremony? Cool. What? What do you mean you're not drinking it? What do you mean I have to drink this?
What do you mean? Why are you putting a gun on me if I don't drink it?
So stupid. No, I'm gonna watch it one more episode. I'm gonna give it a
That's how they
fair,
get you, man. That's how they get you.
because the first episode was, while it was kind of a bland backstory of, my family's dead. These people were
Yeah,
responsible.
that's why I kept on calling it that. The storyline itself is why I kept on calling it business appropriate, because it just seems like any other story out there. Oh, you killed my parents. Now I'm on revenge. Cool. There's a lot of other stories just the same damn thing. You killed my parents. Now I'm revenge. Oh,
Episode one,
there's a good guy to stop me.
episode one was at least interesting enough that I wanted to watch episode two. Episode two was so short that I basically forgot about it, except for Fat Jedi and Master Hairline.
Like Fat Jedi. If you could sum up episode 2, it's just a picture of a fat guy. It's a picture of a guy, male baldness.
10 years, but drink this poison. Sure. It's so stupid. He didn't respond to anybody for 10 years. She shows up and gives him the option to kill himself for forgiveness, and he's just like, you know what? That's perfect. Glunk.
Maybe he's like, I have not taken a shit in 10 years. I've been edging this entire time. I'm ready to end it. I have to use the rest. I've been constipated for 10 years. I have to go. I'm so bad. Just give me the damn poison.
A Jedi wouldn't kill himself, first of all, so
apparently he would.
Because that guy's an idiot. He lost all of his hair and his brains, apparently.
I kid have not gotten a date in 10 years. Do you see this hairline right now?
I don't know.
He wasn't killing himself out of regret. He was just killing himself because he's just tired of it.
Yeah, so here's a picture of all the Mrs. Unknown corporate later Jedi right here I forgot what her name was.
Which one?
Name? The green-haired one, the green-headed one.
Who knows? Captain Business Appropriate.
They don't even have. Oh, here she is.
Jedi Master Business Appropriate.
Vernestra, that's her name. Is that her? Yeah. Her name is Vern. Oh, okay. Hey, Vern. It's Ernest.
Who's that? It's Vern.
She's just her character. Her character was just
She reminds me of Marvel. What was the blue face one and Guardians of the Galaxy?
The blue one?
I know people are probably typing this out. Duh, it's this person.
Cares.
Namora?
Oh, okay. Gamora. You mean Gamora?
Not Gamora. Not Gamora. No. Nebula. That's it.
Oh. All right.
Look up Nebula. It looks just like
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So that's Star Wars Acolyte. Yeah, we spent an hour talking about that, by the way.
Because it was just
so bad. I mean, you could take a look at it out there if you're watching this and you want to watch the Acolyte. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna give you my final opinion about Star Wars Acolyte, and I'm gonna put it like this: when I watch a show, when I watch a movie, I want to be entertained.
Yeah,
I don't want to be. I don't want to be lectured to. I don't want your ideology in it. I want a good story. Was there parts of a good story in here? Yes. But they spent so much time preaching to me and trying to get me into their ideology that I don't want to see the rest of the story. Like I said, I do admit there's a possibility of a good story in here, but because they're trying to preach to me, I don't want to see it anymore. Give me a good story.
So Player Geoff is out.
Player Geoff's out of Star Wars Alchemy, Alkaline. Atomic.
Alkaline. She's a battery now. So I'm gonna give it one more episode because I do like Master Soul. I like his character a lot. Actually, he's actually kind of cool. But yeah, I think he's cool, and I have a feeling there's more about him. We'll see more about him, and if they let him do anything, without having to ask Vern there about anything.
Hey, Vern.
Hey, Vern is Ernest. But this was just bad. No wonder it's only 17% for the fans. But Rotten Tomatoes gave it like an 80 something, of course. So,
and they can't even give it a full 90 to 100%.
no.
Like, we're trying to. We really are.
All right. So
like I said, I can see some Christmas presents coming from this show, namely the droid.
Yeah, probably. What do you want to talk about, Shadowrun or Marvel next?
We can talk about Shadowrun. What were we talking about for Marvel? You talking about the new RPG?
The new game. Yeah, the new RPG. Well, it's not new anymore. Go ahead.
I don't know anything about that, so you're probably gonna have to do a solo show about that one.
Well, I'm just going to show what the
show me the artwork. See what I think about it.
So the Marvel multiverse role playing game, which actually is kind of fun in a sense because you have 3 6-sided dice, and if you roll 616, something like super happens, and you can get whatever you want, and it's more narrative than it is an actual role playing game because you're not playing like a traditional role playing game of this is your quest. The GM does this to kind of prevent you from doing it, but you're allowed to triumph. This is role play it out, and your GM is there to be your best buddy type thing.
So, like you're saying, more it reminds me of Palladium, where the experience comes from the role play, not so much the combat.
Well, Palladium has combat in it. Yeah, you get experience for combat, but yeah, they do have more experience for role playing or figuring out how to use skills. This one's more of the players get their way regardless. You shouldn't set the target numbers too high type thing. They should always be able to achieve the goal regardless, is how they set this game up. So if you, Jeff, your character, let's say American Muscle is in this game, American Muscle wanted to run really quickly and run up the side of the building and then punch a bad guy. So normally that'd be a really hard target number to do because you're doing 2 things. But in this game, we're like, yeah, you know what, Jeff, if you do this or that and you spend these points, you could do it. It's fine. That's it.
So there's no, like you said, unless you roll 616 as your roll, there's no really fantastic. There are powers, but there's no really fantastic feats.
There are fantastic feats and stuff like that. And you could do a lot of stuff in the game, but there's no. The one thing I didn't like about this game is that the failure in this game isn't really a failure. It's kind of like you fail, but you still do what you want to do. That's not failing. Whatever. Anyway, they're going to have an X-Men expansion coming out, which adds more to the game. And if you're a Gen Con, you can pick up the expansion and get this little X-Men pin for, celebrating the game.
I think people are probably going to buy it.
Yeah.
If without the expectation of failure, I'm not interested in it. I mean,
I'm pretty sure that there's something in there. I didn't really read it fully because once I saw the whole narrative player agency thing, I was just tuned right out. I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
And the fact that they list X cards and safety tools and stuff like that, I was just like, I'm done. Done.
Safety tools?
Yeah, I'll explain that later. I don't know. That's too dramatic for our show. So
that's an offline conversation.
No, it's just I don't like to do too much drama. So, and we got a Deadpool plays the Marvel Universe one shot, and you can see what the adventure is going to be. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Oh, yeah, definitely. The Deadpool one is right here.
Are you going to go see the movie?
Yeah, I'm going to go see that when it comes out, which is next week.
July 25th, 23rd, something like that. Oh, okay. So multiple weeks.
Oh, okay. So multiple weeks.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go see that when it comes out, which is next week. July 25th, 23rd, something like that. Oh, okay. So multiple weeks. 23rd, 24th, 23rd, something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this up because it's not a bad role playing game. It's just not my favorite role playing game. I mean, I have the book on my shelf. I got it pretty cheap. It's right here. It's right here. So it's okay. I don't know if I'd ever actually play it with our group though.
I mean, it all depends on what the expectation is. How wild can you get with the powers?
The the thing about it that I know our group would not like is there's no. So when you make up your character in this game, you make up your character and you determine its power level, and that's pretty much it. The character doesn't advance past that.
Oh, there's no advancement. Ooh, ouch! You got to have some sort of advancement. You have
Yeah,
to you have to have a goal to reach. I understand a narrative, but there has to be some expectation of growth. I mean, look at the X-Men. They started out rather, unremarkable and grew from there.
well, they're going by the whole premise of a superhero, depending on what level you play him at, is generally going to stay that way because most comic book characters don't really get new powers or anything like that in the comic book world, and it's kind of a rarity to get new stuff. So they're going off of that mostly.
So it's based off the Marvel universe, not the DC universe, where Superman's almost has every power you can imagine.
Yes, it is a Marvel game, so it'd be based off the Marvel thing. Yeah. The things that they had in the playtest, which I thought was better, was they had more ability to have higher ranks and you could rank up a little
Okay.
bit, but they got rid of that in favor of this new method. And then they brought back a way for people to level up by saying there's 5 levels, 5 being
Hmm.
something like Galactus or Thor or something, whatever you want to call it, the highest level possible, like a god.
Right.
And they said that, well, if you want to have a game with leveling up, because everybody likes to level up, have you start the characters at level 2 and build their way up to 5 by doing certain number of missions and gaining a certain number of conditions to do it, which people liked because it
That's
gave,
that's not too bad. That's not too
yeah,
bad.
which is not bad to do that. And I was thinking that'd be the
Right.
only reason people would play. But then, people in our group are, a little bit power hungry sometimes. So,
Well, I
um,
mean, I can imagine if cosmic level, which is you know that's Thor's level is cosmic level. If
Silver
cosmic
Surfer,
level is level 5, you start out your group with 1 or 2 and build your way up to 5. That's understandable. If the max level is 5, then there you go. That's kind of
Well,
understandable.
you'd want to start them at 2 because level 1 is kind of like a normal street person, so
Well,
like
I
a
mean,
street hero.
yeah, street level hero. Let's say like Daredevil, Punisher.
Less than that.
Really?
Yeah, like level 1's kind of like a normal person, like an agent of Shield or something. A little bit better than a normal average citizen, but not much better.
I said, what would you put Frank Castle at?
Castle, they
Old
put him
school, old school Frank Castle, not new Castle.
you mean not Joe Garrison Castle, the Frank Castle?
No, I'm talking about the Frank Castle now that can kind of regenerate a little bit. Not anywhere close to Wolverine or Deadpool, but he can heal from smaller wounds. Is resistant to pain. You know, certain resistances to elements.
Castle was a 3 and sometimes listed as a 4 depending.
Really, a 4.
Yeah.
So they put him against people like freaking.
Captain America and things like that.
I wouldn't even put Captain America's level as a level 4. I put at his level as like a level 3. I put like Captain Marvel as a level 4, or even Miss Marvel as a level 4, and Blue Sentry level 4.
Well, there's more to it than just the levels itself. Inside the levels, there's a power suite that you can pick, and you can sometimes limit it to certain things. So there's a lot going on other than just the power levels.
Okay, I would say because I would say if level 5 is the highest, if you're fighting Galactus on level 5, there's no way Frank Castle's ever going to go. I mean, I can't say that because there is one time where Frank Castle killed the Marvel universe.
That's right, he did.
Mhm. But
All right,
normally, Frank Castle can't kill Galactus.
let's move on to Shadowrun. Talk
Shadowrun.
about that. Shadowrun Second
Shadowrun
Edition. We're gonna be
Second Edition.
starting characters tomorrow for this.
Hmm.
I don't know how this is gonna go,
I think it's
but we'll
going
find
just
out.
fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
I haven't played Shadowrun Second Edition since '98. So
what made you want to select this edition out of all the editions?
this is my favorite edition of Shadowrun, other than Anniversary Edition. But I didn't pick Anniversary Edition because it has its faults, and I didn't have a lot of experience with it. I have more experience with this, and I have more supplements and books for this than anything
Okay.
else. So when we start playing after a while, and we want to add some stuff. I can just pull out the grimoire or the street catalog or something, and you guys can. Why are you doing that?
Because what'd you just say?
Pull out. Shut up. Yeah.
You can whip out that 9.
Whip out the 9 and hand it to her. That's correct. Just like Steven did. Yeah.
I'm a slipper of the silver dagger.
And I've always liked this Shadowrun because it's like, I want to say techno future. It's the 80s vision of what it would be kind of now. So, though it's 2053, so 20 something years past. So, but I like this because it's like 80s based, but it's future 80s, like how I always thought, like Back to the Future, how they thought our time frame would be.
Yeah, it's retro future tech.
Yeah, retro future. That's what. Yeah, retro
Well, not
future.
retro future because that's like Flash Gordon. That's retro. It would be 80s retro future.
Something like that. And that's the reason why I picked this edition for us to play. So, and I know you said you want to become a magician, and we have a whole thing going on here. What made you decide? What made you decide to be? You want because you want to become an alchemy magician, which just doesn't exist, and we're gonna
In second
figure
edition,
out
it didn't exist. Yeah.
what's that.
In second edition, it didn't exist.
Why does it exist in other editions?
I think it exists in fifth edition.
Oh, edition.
Alchemy exists in there. That's where I get the concept.
So, what made you want to be that?
Just a character concept I was thinking of. But yeah, I like a herbalist doctor, herbalist doctor style. What they call it? Naturalist.
Yeah,
One of those people who believe in
herbalistic medicine.
yeah, that. I forget what they call
Uh,
them though.
a do.
No, there's an actual name for it. The hallucinistic doctor.
Okay.
But yeah, I was thinking something like along those lines. But he's going to the medical field, but at the same time he's going to use magic.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not going to use magic in the ordinary sense. I mean, there is some magical spells he will know, like some more offensive one. But I was thinking ones that deal with the body specifically is more of his uh, herbalistic side.
Okay.
And
Well,
so
we'll
he
have
was going to
to.
combine science and magic in a way to heal bodies and augment certain things. But most of this medical stuff, most of his magic is put towards magic, put towards medical stuff. Um, in that way, he can use potions, but not potions. Like I said, I wanted him to be more of a uh, uh, inhaling style, like a vaping style of magic.
Not an injection style.
Yeah, so instead of injecting healing into a person, they would breathe it in.
Hmm.
So the problem is, what happens if they can't breathe it in? That's why there's gas injectors, kind of like you would with the oxygen mask, where it just pushes air into you,
Hmm.
pushes oxygen into you.
I was thinking about not putting us in Seattle.
Ooh, where you gonna put us?
I was thinking about in the free state of California.
Oh, so we're gonna be in the ocean.
No, California's not in the ocean just yet.
Oh,
Though
okay.
though Los Angeles pretty much is in the ocean if you read the Free State of California book. I was thinking about going with Eureka because there's nothing about Eureka, and that means I could just take a city map and just do what I wanted. The
Yeah,
the only thing I have to worry about is this uh Tier Tangier. I forget how you pronounce it. Targier, whatever the hell it is. I've never pronounced it right. But the Elven Society right here that owns all this over here in what would be considered northern part of
O-
California and into
Ontario. Not Ontario.
Oregon.
Oregon. Thank you.
Yeah. You could do that. And there's nothing really over here except for maybe the threat of this society. The only problem with this area is depending on what type of characters you're playing race wise. Are you being human?
As far as I know, is that a bad
Okay.
thing?
No, not at all.
You say that. You say that vaguely.
No,
No,
because
there's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna kill that guy first.
well, in California, a lot of this area right here is the Northern Crest, and there's a bunch of I don't want to say cannibalistic societies. They're just kind of some weird societies. Let's say redneck societies. Let's call it with that. And
Okay.
while they maybe there's human ones, there's also going to be orc ones, and there's also going to be dwarven ones, and there's also going to be ones that hate each other. So there might be a little bit of that if depending on where you go to. Because you're not going to be in Eureka the entire time. You may have to go to Reno to pick something up or do something for a mission.
I
You may have to
figure.
go down to San Francisco. You never know.
I, I figure Eureka, where it's positioned, right underneath Oregon, Upper California, it's more of a woodsy area.
It's one of the areas that has an actual society that looks like an urban society still. Like you don't notice too much difference. Like Seattle, everything's burnt down and disaster, and it
Yeah.
looks disgusting and stuff like that.
Unless you're
Uh,
from Eureka, but most people think that, most people don't even know anything about Eureka because it's so obscurely out there.
but it is a pretty big city, so I don't know. That was my thoughts of thinking about doing it in Eureka.
My thought
That
process is for our group is because of my medical person that we are a rescue team. If another Shadowrun group kind of falls behind, we kind of come in and kind of rescue them for a price.
yeah, you can do that. You're gonna have to talk to the rest of your group mates and see if they want to do the same thing.
Okay, I don't think
Come up
we're
with
gonna have to.
come up with your backstory together if you want to do that. Maybe they'll probably agree with you. Rick will probably be like, yeah, it's fine. Rick is all about I just want to play.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm all for that.
Yeah. All right.
Especially
Well,
especially when he starts getting augmentations from me.
go on.
That's right. I'll make a bigger, faster, stronger, more longer lasting battery. This
All right,
could
we'll
be a
be
topper
doing
top.
this for about an hour and a half almost. So why don't we just call it here?
Okay.
This was a members only live stream, which I will release now to everybody else to watch. Benefits of being a member, obviously 99 cents a month. You support this channel, you get a member only stream. You can also get access to videos earlier that we do, or I do, depending on if I'm involved or Jeff's involved. And that's it.
Do you want to
So
tell them about Discord?
no, we don't have a Discord at
Okay.
all. No, I don't want to maintain a Discord right now, and it's just a pain in the ass. So that's why there's nobody on Discord.
It's because you don't maintain it. Yeah.
Yeah, I kicked everybody off. Yeah. So with that said, we're gonna head out. I am Vince, and that is the Jeff standing next to me.
Goodbye.
And keep it original, keep it old school. Good night. God bless. And don't forget, no drama, no clickbait, all gaming here on this channel. Good night, everybody.